Hey Libra, I hope you guys are doing good. This is for Sun, Moon, and Rising. And to cover all my bases, it's for Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the months of the year. I think there's like 14 of those. And then, it's for everything, all right? All inclusive. If you resonate with it, you resonate with it. If you don't resonate with it, watch it 5 or 6 more times until you do resonate with it. And then we'll go from there, okay? So, this one is going to be a little different. Okay, I say that about all my readings, but really this one is about empowerment and empowering yourselves. And so that's what this is going to be focusing on. So that's why this is titled, Who Am I Without Them? Okay, so this is focusing on who you actually are. And I'm just shuffling the cards here. And then hopefully we can find out some information here. So, our very first question we're going to be asking you guys is, what were you like when you were with them? Or what kind of role did you play in the relationship when you guys were together? So, I'm just going to move stuff here, get things all organized, and then we're going to look. So, I see the 6 of coins in reverse. So, when you guys were together, I do feel like there's a propensity. That word just came into my head, and I'm not sure if I'm going to be using that correctly, but I feel like there's this kind of feeling of scrutinizing, of being I feel like it's very money oriented. I feel like either you or the other person was very frugal with their money. Someone who had a viewpoint of there's not enough to go around. It's like this really hard thing to get. It's something that's very challenging to obtain. That's kind of the energy I'm feeling. So when you were with them, I feel a sense of confinement. You could have either been the person that was tight with the money, or you could have been the person that had to deal with the person that was tight with the money. And either one of those isn't a fun way to be, because you're not allowing things to flow. So that's what I'm feeling here. So then we have, what limited your relationship? And I get the 5 of Wands. And to me, I'm just going to do this here really quick, you guys. Gotta close this door. Okay. And to me, the 5 of Wands, when it's in reverse, I feel like there is conflict, there is arguments. There's a sense of... Because 5 of Wands can be more of a playful energy when it's upright. But when it's like this, I feel like you guys were just butting heads. I feel like from the start, there was quite a bit of head butting. And I feel like it was just like you guys weren't seeing eye to eye. So maybe a friend set you up, or maybe something along those lines happened. I'm feeling, though, that there's something where it was kind of since the beginning. You guys had some areas where you didn't see eye to eye, and then that progressively got worse and worse. Because one disagreement that's not talked about turns into another disagreement that's not talked about, and eventually it builds up and builds up and builds up, and then there's like a big eruption kind of a feeling. So that's definitely what I'm feeling here. So a sense of not communicating, a sense of maybe you were giving them space, but they weren't giving you enough space. I do feel like there's an overcrowding kind of energy, especially towards the end. It feels like it was more crowding, more like, I guess controlling would be the word to use, because that's kind of what I'm feeling. So we're focusing now on this energy, and now we're going to focus on something a little bit different, and this is, why would I want to be alone? So this has happened, and you're probably alone relationship-wise in your life right now. And by the way, just clicking on the video title with what it said, I know that was probably difficult. So the reason why we talk about this kind of stuff, especially in the spiritual community, is that we need to heal, and that's what we need to approach. If we're all happy and sunshine all the time, we're not resolving anything, we're suppressing emotion, and that leads to a lot more problems later on. So it's important to realize what's going on with us and say, okay, maybe I am feeling this way, maybe I am feeling this way, whatever it happens to be. It's important to talk about it, to feel what you're feeling, and to release it in an appropriate way, be it art or just looking at it without judging yourself. Those are the kinds of things that we need to do. the kind of things we need to focus on. So why would I want to be alone is this one. And I see the Page of Swords. So why would you want to be alone? So you can think. Okay, when I see the Page of Swords, it's a younger kind of energy. It's, to me, when I see this, it's like you haven't had a lot of time to think, like to be with your thoughts, to be alone. I feel like there was something always going on to kind of distract yourself or to do whatever. And in this point in time right now, being alone is actually a good thing. We're going to get to know ourselves better. We're going to get to see who we really are as people. And that can both be terrifying and exciting, depending on how you look at it. So always look at it as a way of growing. Don't look at it as a way of stagnation, because it's not that. It's about growing. Sometimes it feels painful, but usually that's when we're coming close to making a breakthrough. Usually that's when we're close to getting into something that's better for us. When we're doing this kind of self-discovery, there's always kind of a pain. There's always kind of a discomfort until we understand ourselves a lot more. There's kind of this, well, I don't know what to do when I'm alone with myself kind of energy. And so this is good. This is you kind of exploring the waters, so to speak. And if we look at this card again, you'll notice that he's reflecting his face, like the sword looks like it's clear, and you can see his face through the sword. So to me, it's working on clearing your thoughts. It's working on understanding your intentions behind the thought. It's working on having things be crystal clear to you, making the subconscious conscious. That kind of a journey is definitely what I'm feeling here. So, and also you're a Libra too, so usually you're more up in your head, I would feel like, but in this case, I feel like there hasn't been a lot of introspective thought. It's been more of thought like, how can I do this, and things. It hasn't been why am I doing this kind of thought. Does that make sense, you guys? Because that's what I'm feeling. So, let's see. So who am I without them? So we had, the first question was who were you with them? And then this one is who am I without them? And the King of Coins. And this is crazy. I've gotten the King of Coins close to the same position in like 3 different readings. So this right here is that you are the king. You are the one that has the power. And I feel like there's a sense of empowerment here for sure. So I'm feeling, at first I felt like there was kind of this energy that you were more lost, and now it's like you were lost, but it's more of like you're starting to embrace the lostness. Does that make any sense? You're starting to not see it as a bad thing. You don't feel like you were abandoned. You feel like you were given space. And that's completely different, because you took the abandonment and you turned it into your own sense of self, and you turn it into a positive thing where you're starting to grow and you're starting to learn, and you're just starting to understand things in a much more clearer kind of way. That's what I see here. Just gonna look at this card again. It's an interesting card. You got an older gentleman there, and he's saying, I'm gonna sit inside this green box. And then he does. But really what I see with this card, if you look at it, right? So tarot cards are all about symbolism. So look at this card. So you see a box, you see structure, but you also see greenery coming out. So you see that it's structure that helps things to grow. It's the King of Coins, so it's going to be structured, but it's going to help things grow. It's going to help things come into fruition, right? It's going to help things manifest. You also see the gold coin here is casting down rays onto this person, saying that now that you're starting to go with your endeavors and you're starting to understand your consciousness more, you're starting to be able to understand why it is that you are successful or why it is that you're unsuccessful, depending on the journey. But then we also see this up here. We also see clear skies, and we see, I'm thinking, just plants up at the top. But that to me shows that there's structure, there's growth, and there's this sense of kind of belonging and stepping into your own power. So that's what I'm seeing here. All right, so I'm going to shuffle these cards here. Okay, these ones I was using before, these cards, these are the Fountain Tarot. And they are awesome. I love these cards. They really resonate with me. They might not with you. That's okay. Resonating is just the simple act of like, oh, I like the way that looks. Okay, it doesn't have to be any harder than that. If you're drawn to the way they look, go with it, because that means you're resonating with it. Feeling energy and having all that can come a little bit later. Okay, and that's something me and my guides can actually help you with, is feeling energy for the first time. and understanding that, because that's what we specialize in, or getting in contact with your guides, that kind of stuff. So I'm going to shuffle one more time, and this question we're asking here, this is how should I move forward, okay? So I'm not going to leave you guys on hold. All right, we're going to find the card that helps you guys move forward. So, how should I move forward? And I see envy, which is this card. So I do feel that there needs to be a sense, because we're talking about a positive card or a positive outcome. So when I see this card, I'm going to read it in kind of a reverse state, because I'm talking about a positive outcome, more than likely. And envy, I'm not going to tell you guys to be envious. I don't see how that would help. So when I look at this card, here's what I see. We have a woman. Yep, a woman, and she's in like a darker place, and you can see that she's staring at where the sun is shining, kind of like the grass is greener on the other side. So first things first, do not compare yourself to other people. Other people have their journeys, spiritual, physical, emotional, whatever it happens to be. We don't compare ourselves to other people. That can make a sense of envy, and as soon as we start getting envious, we start thinking, why don't I have that? They have that. Why can't I have that? And then eventually it turns into, well, I'm worthless because I don't have that. Or there's no way I can do what they're doing because I don't have blah, blah, blah. Like, so we have to focus on our own journey, and we have to focus on our own sense of self, okay? So to me, moving forward, don't compare yourself to other people. Simple as that. As soon as we start comparing ourselves to other people, we feel like we start letting ourselves down. And as soon as we do that, we start talking negatively to ourselves, and we start saying, well, we weren't good enough anyway, it doesn't matter, blah, blah, blah. Like, we need to focus on the here and now, and we need to focus on what makes us happy and not comparing ourselves to other people, because comparisons do not help us in this way whatsoever. Compare prices on Amazon and eBay. Don't compare yourself to other people, though, okay? So that is your reading, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you would like, you can message me down below, or you can leave a comment down below saying you'd want to connect some more. You can also see my email is down there. And you will also see that my website links are down there too in the description box. When I'm saying down there, I mean in the description box. You guys can check out my website, and please let me know what you think about the video. Like, share, comment, and thumbs up. The reason why isn't because I'm someone who wants to be famous. No. It's because it has the video get better algorithm. Like, their algorithm goes better with people that are commenting more and thumbs up and likes and stuff. And if this helped you, it might help someone else. And so that's what we're doing this for. So I would love for you guys to share, like, comment, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. I would really appreciate it. And please let me know if you'd like to work with me and my guides. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out. Namaste. Have a good one. And see ya.